So as you can see on the screen here, you will see that we have COBRA at the moment. So when you first come onto COBRA and you're looking at that particular screen, you'll see on this top right corner, we'll have the log out button where it is. But usually when you click on there, it'll just ask you to log in. And all you need to do is use your library card to log in on that particular screen. So it'll just be your library card number that you pop in there. And once you go in, it will show you the exact same screen that we have on here. So as I mentioned before, there is a variation of all the different side elements in terms of the industries and such that they have, so how you can navigate through the actual platform. But I'm not going to go into too depth on all of them because we'll be here all day otherwise, and I can talk quite a lot. So that's what will be happening. So just to go through, the very first one that's really important to a lot of new businesses and a lot of people is business opportunity profiles. So if we click on business opportunity profiles here, come up. So what you'll see is it will provide sort of an A to Z. So we can do an A to Z search in terms of navigating through, and there's a whole host. Again, there's over 600 profiles of what will be available. But again, we can go as simple as, you'll see there's someone here. So we'll use Candle, for example. So if we pop in Candle here, what will happen on the search element here is it will then generate various profiles you can look at. So what you'll see here is you'll have SOUs, which are sector update opportunities and profiles. And then if you see anything that says MBP, that's basically a mini business profile. And then you'll see BOPs, which are business opportunity profiles. So the difference between the two of them is that, for example, we'll click on this one and give you an example. This class is a mini business opportunity profile. So they'll still have information available in the terms of what that type of business is, but it's because they've not fully updated just yet. So you can see this was actually added in April when they actually added this in. So they'll be adding more to it, and eventually it'll then be fully listed as a business, just a normal BOP once they've added more information to it. But again, just to give you a brief overview, it'll provide you with an introduction of what that actual business looks like and what it is, any trading issues that come with that. So you may be looking at, some candles can create personalized candles with messages, and there's a variation of what it'll give you in terms of what you can look at to utilize. But also it'll also provide you with information. So production of candles on small scale can be carried out by using ordinary kitchen equipment and using a double boiler, cost around £30. It'll give you an potential information in terms of what it's going to cost you depending on what scalability you're looking at. And then also on these, it'll provide you, information in terms of where to get your equipment, where to get your supplies, what's the costings, if there's any qualifications required, where to get those qualifications if they are. And they also provide sort of useful resources. So, for example, it gives you a link directly to the British Candle Makers Federation. So it's a membership organization that supports manufacturers and suppliers, crafts councils and such. So that's what a mini business profile looks like. So if we go back here and we go and craft supplies retailer, this is what we class as a full business opportunity profile. So now this will provide you with full information. So again, as I mentioned earlier, when you go into something that is classed as a fully fledged business opportunity profile, it will say there's certain qualifications, and it will give you an indication of where to find those qualifications. Usually, if they can, they'll showcase the cost as well. As you can see, there's quite a variation of them as well. And then again, it also talks about taking on retail apprentices. So COBRA really dives deep into terms of a business. So we're not just looking at just the industry and the type of, what the business is. We're also looking at sector awareness. Is the apprenticeships available in that industry? What key market issues is there that you can utilize and understand when you're in that business? Trading, commercial, legal issues. So COVID-19 restrictions. If you're looking at a premises, what's the premises business rates and the usual costs, and where you can look at those as well. If you're then looking at shop fittings and fixtures, premises security, signage, sourcing stock, becoming approved stockist, applying for trade accounts, trading from local markets, providing obviously e-commerce. So if you're looking at setting up a website and selling through that, selling through online marketplace, this is a whole new section they've just recently added because they've been doing more on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Folksy, which are various platforms for selling. So that's something I know they've been recently adding to a lot of the opportunity profiles. If you do have a shop and you want to play music, you need music licensing. So it goes on and on and on, and we could be here all day talking about it, but it's a very useful tool to help you understand your business at a very granular detail so you understand what you need to know. and to make sure that you're making the best informed decision you possibly can. Now, that's just in terms of the profiles of the particular businesses. Again, as I mentioned, there's quite a variation in terms of a breakdown of what's available. But one of them, for example, if we look at business information fact sheets, which is quite a common thing for various different businesses. So again, this covers different things. So legal requirements for business websites, understanding debt finance, employee share scheme, if that's something you wanted to do, employing part-time workers, relief schemes, business rates, managed workspaces. There's a whole array of just different business information fact sheets. For example, pay as you earn. So when you need to do PAYE for variation, if you're paying or hiring other people, and it provides you with all that information of what you need to know and where to go for that. So that's kind of just a very brief overview. One other area to really touch on is the business legal library. And this, again, it has its subcategories. But for example, if we just went through company law, and it will tell you what company law is available, so Companies Act and such like that. It really breaks down everything. This is hence why I refer to it as the company's handbook, because it becomes your business owner's best friend. It gives you everything you need to know, a very quick hands-on approach. And if there's something on here that you can't find, then you can contact us directly. We'll help you find it. So there's no issues there at all. But that's kind of it for ourselves for today in terms of looking through the databases. And just thank you to everyone that's been here and attended.